we got one for you guys. San Diego Comic-Con 2022 is past, but holy cow, we have 3 years worth of content to look into the future. And we're going to make some revelations just on our age when Avengers Secret Wars hits theaters. It's going to blow your minds because it blows mine every day, and I do not want to think about it. But what I do want to think about is that you're listening to Earth 894, a Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. We're going to be diving into everything from these San Diego Comic-Con panels that trust our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige lay it out in front of us, in front of the crowd, so they're TVs at home. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, give us a review after the episode, and tell us what you're looking forward to based off of what we list off here. But what I want to list off before we even get into these phase discussions and what we're looking forward to, I want to introduce you to my co-host, the person who's always going to make every phase one to remember. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Louis Tonarini.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. I am good.
How are you recuperating after this weekend?
I wasn't as blown away as you, I don't think. I was still pretty blown away, but we'll get to what got me the most when we get into our lists and all that good stuff.
Sounds good, man. So make sure, like you said, subscribe to the podcast. You don't want to miss this because there's so much to talk about. We have a show coming up in a few weeks here that we're going to be reviewing. We're going to be talking about it in just a moment. So don't miss out. Subscribe to us on whatever podcast player you listen to. Give us a review after the episode. It helps us strengthen our listenership, our engagement, and make Earth 894 a little bit larger in the multiverse. And maybe we'll get so large, we'll be in Secret Wars. Hopefully not. We don't like incursions. Those are bad, okay?
I'm already pretty large. I think I'm good on getting any larger.
Planet Louie. So one thing Louie and I like to do here is catch up with each other. And so we like to call this segment
MCU for you.
That is right. So Louie, a lot of our weekend we already know is consumed just by all this Marvel stuff. But you have to give the folks at home just a little bit of a taste of what you did outside of it, or maybe put it into perspective. Where were you when the Saturday panel was going on?
Saturday night, I was hanging out with the kids. We went to my mom's friend's house, and she was there. So nothing really Marvel there. But I digress. My son Henry is turning 3 in about a month, a little more than a month. And so my wife asked him what kind of birthday party he wants, and without hesitation, SpiderMan. So we're throwing a SpiderMan birthday party.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at sure. It'll be at the house. It's going to be on August 27th. It's a Saturday night.
August 27th. Ooh, a Saturday night for a 3-year-old birthday party on a Saturday night. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be litty.
That's exciting, man.
He's really into the Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Disneyplus. It's probably on the Disney Channel too. But so we ordered. I say we like I did anything, but my wife ordered the invitations and the party decor and stuff like that. And I went to go look at a cake that I didn't think was very good, but we're getting into it. I've been looking at Spider-Man robots on Amazon. In the show, he has a little sidekick called Tracy, who's a little spider. Excuse me. And they have this Tracy toy on Amazon that you yell at or whatever, and it moves. And he'll get a kick out of that. So
nice.
Yeah, just in Spider-Man mode right now. How about you, Devin?
You know, you and I both have a birthday coming up in a couple weeks here. I kind of envy Henry. I want a Spider-Man birthday party.
Yours would be so much better.
I don't know. I feel like the kids might be a little bit more fun and also more appropriate. But I digress. For myself, this weekend I was with the band, Wolf Road. We were shooting another music video, and so Saturday it was getting close to that day. We're just kind of wrapping up and everything, and that's just about when this panel started going off with the announcements and everything. And I remember just checking my phone furiously, just refresh, seeing this and that. I was like, it made it for a very interesting time, but also the worst possible time because I was away from home. Where Friday I was, actually at home, so I could see everything going on, at least with the animation panel. But Saturday night was definitely one to remember. And I just remember coming home. I barely even ate dinner, and I just kept on diving into everything, and it was glorious.
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot to mention I've reached out to a few of the Earth 894 friends for this birthday party. So hopefully a good friend of the show, Ricky, who you may remember you interviewed when I was on hiatus after Ada was born. He does the SpiderMan stuff in California. He dresses up as Spider-Man and goes to hospitals to visit sick kids. He might be doing something for me. That would be greatly appreciated if you check out Heart of a Hero on Instagram and see what he's all about. He's a very good guy. Also, I reached out to Emily, who does all of our artwork. Maybe she could do something for me too. So if you go to her Instagram as well, emily.sweet.art, she's very good. Check her out.
Nice, man. So we got a lot to talk about. So how about we just dive into this right here? I mean, it's basically going to be the news. So let's do it.
News or footage. Keyword
Marvel news. And there was a lot of it. Not stressed out enough. So this is how it's going to go down. There were two panels. On Friday, they did the animation panel, which was not as just content rich as Saturday, which is okay. And then there was Saturday, which is the big one where Kevin Feige just shows how giant his gauntlet is and just puts all other panels to shame. The only thing people talk about at the end of Comic-Con.
Undefeated.
Right. It's a great time to be a Marvel fan. Sorry, DC. But hey, did you see how The Rock came out as Black Adam?
No.
It's actually really cool. He came out, he made an appearance, they had him on a platform. They had a thing going on behind him, so it made him look like it was dusty and electricity was in the air and everything. And I guess people were wearing lanyards that they gave to all the Hall H attendees. So when he puts his arm out, it lights up all their lanyards yellow. So it almost looked like he was honestly, that's really fucking cool.
That's legit. Yeah.
That's cool. That is very cool.
That movie looks good as hell. I'm not gonna sit here and shit on DC.
To see it.
Yeah, I'll go with your mom. That's fine.
Damn, we'll take my mom to see Black Adam, and we'll have a review. We'll have her on the podcast. Hi, Mom.
Yes. Earth 894 Patreon DC podcast.
Oh God.
Starring Devins' mom.
What is the Earth number for DC? I forget what they call it. I know they have their numbers too.
I have no idea.
Earth 66.
Yeah, you got me.
What I got you, though, is a full list of all the stuff coming out in all these phases. So going back to how this is going to work, we're going to talk about a little bit about the Friday panel, just to kind of gloss over it. But really, we're going to dive into what's remaining for Phase 4 for this year, and then go into Phase 5, and then take a look at Phase 6. And then Louie and I have actually broken down our pretty much most things we're excited for. It's about the least. So we listed it and ranked it for Phase 5 specifically, since there's a lot of stuff. So without further ado, go ahead and take a look at what happened on Friday. So with Friday, not to be confused with the actual, be confused with the AI system, Tony's helmet. Got him. They actually released the I Am Groot trailer. That's coming out in the first week or so of August. And it's basically 5 shorts at different points. August 10th. I don't know why I thought it was August 5th.
Right in between our birthdays. That's how I always remember.
Right. It's the day before yours. Perfect. So yeah, it showed a little bit of a trailer and everything. And God, man, it looks so adorable. I love it. Now, you did watch this trailer. I think you and I were talking about this beforehand, right?
Yes, I did watch it.
Nice.
I don't normally watch trailers, and I've not leaned. How do I say this? I've been more lenient towards if I really want to see the movie, I won't watch the trailer. But the TV shows I normally watch the first trailer or so, and then for movies that I don't particularly, I'm not like super jazzed for, I'll watch a trailer. So I did watch the I Am Groot trailer. Yes.
Nice. Now, are you going to try and get Henry to watch this with you?
No. I should say that louder. No. Sorry, I mumbling. It's a cute idea, but Henry is a 2-year-old boy who doesn't sit still for anything. He really likes Baby Shark.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to really think about the stuff that's truly terrible in your head. And that's what he likes. You think,
Terrible
who would
twos.
like this? 2-year-olds like this. Like Baby Shark and Pink Fong traveling through space is his favorite thing to watch. Or he'll watch Spidey, and he knows, Spidey and Miss Marvel and Hulk and Black Panther and Spin and Ghosty and Dr. Octopots and who else? Green Goblin and Rhino. Those are all the characters in that show. And Aunt May.
Wow. And for an Aunt May.
Yeah. So as far as watching this, he's not going to be super into it, I don't think. Like, I'll turn it on and he'll just be like, yeah, let's go outside. Can we go outside? Let's go outside. Can we go play downstairs? Can we go play upstairs? Can I go take a shower? I have to poop. Oh my God, just sit for 1 second.
Right.
So, no, I'll probably I think it's like one of those shows that's like 10 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it by myself or with the wife, rather.
Mm-hmm. Well, the nice thing about it, that's why I asked too, is he going to watch it? Because I know Henry is a big fan of Rocket Raccoon. And I saw that there's supposed to be Rocket showing up and actually getting a baby Groot. How he actually found him.
I didn't know Rocket was in the show. He does like
I think
Rocket
it's just
a lot.
One of the shorts. So I don't know. I think it's just so adorable. And it looks so pretty. It looks so cute. It's just like, it's so wholesome. I love it. So I'm excited for it. And the nice thing too is like, it's like 5 shorts and they're all just dropping on the same day, I believe. I'm trying to see if they actually have more coming out a little bit later, but I know there is a part 2 or a season 2 that they already greenlit, which is going to be great. So
well,
I'm excited for it.
I just thought of this. It's technically Marvel, I guess, but we sat there and watched all of the Baymax show the other day. And that's all
about it.
It's cute little show. Baymax just goes through town helping people. Then what I didn't realize was that at the end, Baymax is like in trouble and all the people that he helped come together to save him. It was nice. And I was telling Hannah, I was like, oh, he's technically Marvel, because at the end of Big Hero 6, like Stan Lee's got his cameo and everything. But, yeah, so we did watch that, and he kind of watched it. Oh, what's wrong with Baymax? Or what's going on? Or he wasn't calling him Baymax. What the hell did he? Borax. He kept calling him Borax.
What's wrong with the Lorax?
Yeah, what's wrong with Borax? His name is Baymax.
I am a boy, Max.
Borax is a cleaning thing. He's not Borax, kid. So
I just thought of Borat as if he was a version of Baymax.
Yeah, that would be
la 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 la.
that would be terrible. That would be an awful thing.
That'd be awful. I want it. I've also never seen Borat, so yeah. So that's I'm Groot. Now, what's going to be great is they showed concept art and they showed a decent amount of Spider-Man freshman year. Now, this is going to be streaming in 2024, so we still have over a year and a half until this even comes out, which kind of sucks that we have to wait this long. But Louis, you've probably seen most of the screenshots at this point and like the concept art and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused on this, and I think that a lot of people are, but it kind of made a little bit more sense after the panel. Now, if you see this, it's going to include a lot of characters. I mean, even including Daredevil is going to be in it, voiced by Charlie Cox. However, Tom Holland is actually doing the voice acting for this version as Peter. And in the description, it's saying that this is basically the events leading up to his first live action appearance in Civil War. But with all the concept art saying the first villain that he's going to be fighting, I believe is, I forget who the first one was supposed to be, but it has Doc Ock, it has Scorpion, Chameleon, Rhino, there's Doctor Strange, there's Osborn, out of all things. Like, it's very acute to like show that this definitely is not MCU canon, but it's just the messaging they've tried to show with the marketing has been very contradictory. How do you feel about this show?
I'll watch it. It's probably, I think it's, how do I explain this? I think it's not canon to the MCU, but it takes characters from the MCU to give you just a whole different story.
Like inspired.
Yeah, almost like What If, you know? But this is Spider-Man. Hannah, I was explaining to her what that was, and she had asked me like, "Oh, do we have to watch that? Is that an MCU thing?" I said, "I don't think it's MCU," and I was like explaining to her that now Marvel is more popular than it's ever been.
Right.
And sometimes somebody just wants to watch something without having to watch 28,000 other movies and shows. So it's nice to just be able to turn on a Spider-Man show that's like got your favorite characters in it. That's not, now you can't watch No Way Home unless you've watched Far From Home or Homecoming or Doctor Strange or this or that, Toby, Garfield, all that other, like, this just seems like something you can sit down and watch. Maybe you need like a basic understanding of the MCU with Homecoming, Civil War, stuff like that. But I'm sure even then you won't. I'm sure it's just the characters that you've wanted to see, but now it's just animated, and here you go, man. Here's something for you.
Right. And Spider-Man shows have always done well. I mean, I don't know of a single Spider-Man animated series that someone has ever said it's just terrible or crapped all over. So it
SpiderMan Unlimited. Nobody likes that show.
Was it the one where it takes place after like the 90s one? He goes in and then it's all
I think so.
Yeah, I think I tried watching that one for some reason. I don't know why. But anywho, I kind of wonder like what the deal is, because you know how Sony has their rights on Spider-Man and stuff. But maybe that's only for live action. So I don't know. But the one thing I am actually really more excited for the show is the fact that it definitely looks like it's not trying to tell us about Peter Parker in the MCU, 616, whatever, leading up to Civil War. Because honestly, it's not that much to tell. It's not that exciting. Maybe that was the original idea. Because like you're never going to get him in cool suits other than just his like homemade suit. And then he's only doing friendly neighborhood stuff and trying to figure it out. There's really nothing going on. His first true villain was really Vulture. So what would they really do? So telling something that's totally just standalone, but inspired by, like, you see that concept art or that image still that shows almost like a shot for shot illustration of when Tony is talking to Aunt May and the apartment and everything in Civil War. But you see it's Norman Osborn. So it's like Osborn seems like he's going to be like the Tony Stark figure to Peter in this, which is really, really cool. So just like I said, if this is just a cool Spider-Man story and you don't have to have any really go through a big ass watch list, just enjoy it, I'm excited. But I just wish it wasn't taking all the way till 2024 to get. But the second season is going to be coming already. It's greenlit. And Louis, do you want to take a guess at what it's called?
Spider-Man Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. They're called sophomore year.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
SpiderMan.
SpiderMan.
Morbin year.
We're getting Wolverine.
Oh, man. So, yeah, keep on the lookout for that one. So then that brings us to our favorite. We won't spend a lot of time on this. What If Season 2? We know it's coming. It's going to be coming in early 2023, where it already is saying that it includes a Hela story, another episode, Odin versus the Mandarin, which actually sounds pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Captain Carter meeting Winter Soldier, which they aired that first episode of, I think it was called What If Captain Carter Fought the Hydra Stomper? That's shown at the panel. So people have already seen the first episode. And I heard there's a big twist at the very end, which I won't spoil, but it was interesting. Then the other one they also mentioned was Tony on Sakaar with Valkyrie and Hulk. So they're already working on What If Season 3. They're probably going to keep this going forever.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
So, I think I think Season 2 might be redeeming because the first season was very odd and strange. I still think the whole episode on Thor being a bro and everything, having parties, was just kind of ridiculous, honestly. I think they found their footing. So maybe this is going to be better. It just takes more time. So do you have anything to really add on to that before we get into the spinoff from What If?
What If is I think it's a good concept. It's a good idea, but it's just not good. It's just not very good.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets better in early 2023.
We can only hope.
Yeah. The only thing that's really good about having more What If, honestly, is that they're adding more episodes to the overall catalog, which means you have more chances of having a good one-off story and then some other ones you don't really care about. So at least you can get some one things here and there. But also one thing they did mention is that the Captain Carter in What If is not the same Captain Carter that we saw as part of the Illuminati in live action. That's a different Captain Carter.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter? Probably not.
Not at all.
Right. Sad. Anyways. Marvel Zombies. How did you feel about that What If episode from Zombies? Or Zombies episode of What If?
Dumb.
Well, I don't think you're going to enjoy this because they're turning that entire episode into its own show.
Yeah,
and
but it's
mature.
Yeah, they're making it more
brutal.
Yeah. Zombies is so overplayed, man.
Yeah.
Oh, were
you ever a Walking Dead fan or anything?
No.
Same.
I tried watching the first episode of Walking Dead and I fell asleep 3 times.
Wow.
I don't know. Zombies are cool, I guess, but they're not I'm not here for zombies. I'm here for superheroes. So I don't care to watch Captain America as a zombie or anything.
Right. I'm in the same boat as you. The only thing I'm excited for is the fact that they said this is going to be the first TV MA, so mature audiences project from Marvel. Now we know conveniently on Friday they just released Logan in both Deadpool 1 and 2 on a Disneyplus. So I think this is helping overall actually embrace more mature shows and movies even for the MCU because, we're getting older. Where it's okay to show us older stuff. And you're adding more and more things like I Am Groot, definitely for a younger audience. And that's okay. For Miss Marvel, very high school and coming of age. And then you have stuff like probably Blade, now Marvel Zombies, and definitely with Moon Knight, a little bit on the cutting edge side, a little bit edgier. So it's a good opportunity that this might be where they're actually bridging the let's play with all ratings. Let's open up the sandbox, So that's one thing I am excited for. Now, for this show, they said that, excuse me, it's going to include zombie versions of Ghost, Abomination, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, Okoye, and Captain America, which we saw Captain America got pretty much destroyed, so it's coming back. He can do it all day in zombie form, apparently. But also, and this is something I got excited for, man. They showed an image still of or like concept art of like the heroes you're going to see. That includes Kate Bishop, Yelena, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, but also, this is what I'm excited for. Zombie fighting motherfucking Jimmy Woo. Went from Agent Jimmy Woo to Zombie Slayer Jimmy Woo. I'm excited for that.
Okay.
The MCU universe.
Yeah. Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. But also, you would be surprised too. Did you see the concept art?
I did
Because
not.
if not, oh man, you might be excited. I see a Red Guardian standing right next to, I forget the blue ninja that was fighting Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
The Red Guardian's going to be in the zombie show.
Yeah, I'd rather just have a Red Guardian show, be honest with you.
Hey, he might be coming later again, man.
Like a show that I want would be like all of the Captain America, just call it like the super soldier serum or something, and have it go through Isaiah Bradley, Alexei Shostakov, all those guys that Zemo killed in Civil War, shit like that. Like, just give me like a bunch of Captain Americas already. John Walker, just getting ready to fight each other. But as far as like zombified stuff, like I don't, whatever. It's not my cup of tea. Like, I like zombies is a good idea for like The Walking Dead, where you're just people trying to beat zombies. Well, even Walking Dead now the zombies don't matter as much. They figured out the zombies. Now it's people versus people. But
the worst.
Yeah, but when I'm watching this, and it's like if you have to fight some zombies, cool, but not some heroes versus some zombie heroes. That's just it's too many layers for me to be like, okay, this is getting out of hand.
Right. Yeah, so I'm curious to see, but also that's not going to be coming out until 2024 on Disneyplus. Now, one thing just to add to that, they did say that the show is going to have to deal with post-apocalyptic widows, which is kind of cool. A Skrull biker gang, and also Icarus is going to be a factor. Though an Eternals cannot fully become a zombie, keep that in mind. We are not shying away from the things that made the comic book great, and this includes the gore. So that's why they're keeping that TVMA, slapping it on there. Now, one of the last things they talked about here, excuse me, is X-Men 97. Now, were you a fan, or did you watch the 90s X-Men show? I gotta imagine you loved it.
I watched it when I was a kid, and I tried to rewatch it when it came on Disneyplus. I was not getting into it very well.
Yeah. I don't think I watched it very much. And I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, never have been, and I don't honestly know if I ever will be. So I don't really know if this really excites me, but for a lot of people, they're pretty stoked about this. And also, we're getting Wolverine because of it. So
we're getting Wolverine!
Even if it's animated, we got a little bit of Wolverine talk this weekend. So that's me coming on fall of 2023. So at least that one's coming next year. And they've already greenlit season 2.
Like, I really love Wolverine, as we know. I really like Nightcrawler. I'm a big fan of Beast. Other than that, like Cyclops is cool, Jean Grey is cool, Iceman, Colossus, Deadpool, yada yada yada. Those guys are cool, but like my big 3 would be those 3: Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Beast are my favorites.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who'd be my favorite. I always thought Cyclops was cool, but I also think he's kind of a bitch sometimes.
Fair.
I thought he was really whiny in the movies. I'm not gonna lie. And then he just dies. I think a really crappy way. And I think he dies in the beginning of Last Stand, right? He just dies at the lake because what's her face just
Jean kills him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dark Phoenix.
Last Stand was, I don't know. Yeah, that's
who doesn't love the
episode.
Juggernaut? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. He's the best.
That was sorry, that was trash. I was like, what? What is this? All right, let's get into the fun stuff here. Now, the main panel, the main event that they just crammed so much stuff within an hour. I don't know how Feige does it, but I mean, so much cool stuff. I did not expect us to get anything past Phase 5 announced and actually even showing us all these movies and even revealing so much for Phase 6. Now, really what it comes down to is something that has like kind of hit me hard. Iron Man came out in what? Was it 2008?
2008.
2008. Now, Louis, in 2008, where were we?
We were in 8th grade.
8th grade?
Well, you were in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I was
got
in
held
8th
back
grade.
1 year in preschool, guys, even though Louis and I are the same age.
You're actually older than I am, you old
I
man.
know. I know there's people who would be older than me, or I'd be older than, or, grade out of me.
So
I just couldn't do scissors right.
Depends on the month, because I don't know the release date, but we were either in 8th grade and 7th grade or 8th grade and freshman year.
I think it came out in May. Does that sound right?
So
Let me
then, yeah.
May 2nd, 2008. Yeah. So,
8th grade and 7th grade.
Mm-hmm. So at that age, we're basically 13, 14. Now here's the kicker. Phase 6 that ends with Secret Wars, Avengers, Secret Wars, might add you. That's going to be in 2025. 2025, correct? Louis, do you realize how old we're going to be?
We're going to be old. Be old men.
Yeah.
Is that 30?
We're going to be
31.
Past 30.
31.
We're in our 30s. We were in middle school, and now we're going to be in our 30s. And that's been hitting me hard, mainly because I keep seeing all these kids posting on TikTok saying, I was 11 years old when Iron Man came out. I'm going to be 25 when Secret Wars comes out. Bitch, we're going to be in our 30s.
31.
Holy shit.
This is the end of 2025, right?
Yeah, November 7th, 2025.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to be 31 years old sitting there popcorn like a bunch of dummies.
Hey there, Earth 894 fans. Quick thanks to Devin and Louis for letting us introduce ourselves. I'm Ian Whittington.
I am Danae Hughes, and we have a podcast that we think that you might like. Except our show isn't all about Marvel, it's all about Star Trek, and it's called Captain's Pod, a Star Trek companion.
Danae and I know each other because we write for Cinema Sins, which is a snarky YouTube channel where we find everything wrong with what we watch. Often people assume because we write nitpicky entertainment that we're actually a bunch of jerks. But really, we love a lot of what we watch, especially Star Trek. Let's merge our nerddom with our snarky style and talk all things Trek.
My love of The Next Generation meant that we started with watching Picard, but it's pretty clear at this point that I'm going to be consuming whatever the fans want me to watch because, let's see, I've now seen several unforgettable sci-fi moments, including Kirk, slap a man in a lizard costume, and a Betazoid being beamed into a prison cell without her clothes on. And I still don't understand that one at all.
That's perhaps not Star Trek's finest moments, but probably the most entertaining. I can explain the science behind all of that later anyway. Please check out Captain's Pod. You can stream both seasons of Picard, some bonus episodes, and our new season releases alongside each new Strange New Worlds episode, which, spoiler, we bloody love!
Thanks again to Devin and Louis for helping spread the word about our show. On to today's episode.
So the first movie, or the first thing that's going to be in out when we're actually turning 30 is going to be Fantastic Four.
When's the release date on that?
November 6th or 8th, I can't tell from the image, in 2024. And we just missed it by a cutoff because Thunderbolts is at the end of Phase 5, and that comes out on July 28th. So I'm sure we'll have something in between in the summer, but yeah. So Fantastic Four is going to come out when we're 30. When we're 30 years old. Oh my God. Oh man. So let's turn back time a little bit and let's actually take a look at what happened at the beginning of this panel.
If I could turn back time.
So with Phase 4, now one of the things going into this was that Kevin was saying in press leading up to Comic-Con was that he was going to show us like Phase 4, what is it? Where are we at? Because he said we're nearing the end. Didn't realize the end really means this year. So what's really left? We have I'm Groot. We have She-Hulk Attorney at Law, which is coming out, and they released another trailer for. And then we also are having our final movie, which is going to be Wakanda Forever. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, technically. So that means Phase 4 is almost done, which feels wild to believe it's already going to be done. But Phase 5 and Phase 6, they announced. So with that being said, with this panel, they opened up right away with showing a little bit of a sizzle reel, talking about it. And then Feige just straight up just dove right into it. He's like, all right, Phase 4 is over. This is what we got. Then he kicks it off saying, start of Phase 5 is going to be Quantumania, AntMan Quantumania, followed by Secret Invasion in spring, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in May. Then we have the Disneyplus streaming series Echo in summer. And then we have that Loki season 2 in the summer, the Marvels in July, Blade in November 3rd, 2023, and then Ironheart in the fall. But then they made that really badass announcement saying that Daredevil Born Again, 18 freaking episodes of Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, spring 2024, which is going to be right after Agatha, Covenant of Chaos, which is now a different name. So a few more things kind of tied off. It's going to be Captain America 4, New World Order. Recognize where that comes from. On May 3rd, 2024. And then Thunderbolts, July 26th, 2024, is going to be ending off Phase 5. That is a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff.
Yep.
So to rewind a little bit back again, before we get into Phase 5, Louis, like we talked about, you don't usually watch trailers here and there, but you did watch the She-Hulk trailer. What do you think about it?
I think it looks good. Everybody keeps shitting on it because she's green and it looks weird. But I mean, what do you want? Just watch the damn show. I like Abomination. I didn't know that he had the ability to become this good old guy and then into Abomination. You know, he like transforms in the trailer. She throws some rocks and stuff. She seems to be doing better than Bruce thought. But who cares? Because at the end, you get a guy doing some flippy stuff, and that was chilling. It was sending shivers down your back. You know.
I was not expecting that.
Really, I was about to say we all expected to see him, but we weren't sold on the idea that he was going to be in it. But it looks like we're getting Daredevil in She-Hulk.
Yeah, buddy.
Attorney at Law or whatever the hell they're calling it.
And the OG yellow-red suit, which is pretty cool. I'm excited. And they're really showing him to be in everything. I mean, he's going to be voicing and playing Daredevil in the animated Spider-Man show. He's now going to be showing up in this show. He's also going to be in Echo. And then he's already made his MCU appearance in No Way Home. And then he's going to get his own show. They're really, really pumping him into everything. I'm not complaining. It's great. He deserves it. But I think it just goes to show, I think Kevin Feige really freaking loves Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Maybe the character, maybe the actor.
As he should.
Both. Probably both. Yeah. So this is good. Because this means there's probably going to be a lot of the other Netflix people coming in.
Well, the Daredevil show was amazing. I think you still have to watch season 3, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I still need to watch it, and I definitely have the urge to do it now.
Yeah, I'm going to start a rewatch of the whole series, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm super excited. He got boned by sitting there at Netflix, you know. I think the show got canceled before the 3rd season even came out. Imagine getting canceled and then the show comes out. Like, what the hell? So
there was that long series of cancellations, but honestly, a lot of it was because they were trying to get him in the MCU. It took a while.
Yeah.
They weren't admitting it, but now we know.
Well, this is, it's a double-edged sword, but they had to wait so long after the contract with Netflix ended and I think it was like 2021 or whatever, but it seemed so long. But then COVID hit and everything shut down, and all that time still counted. So even when we weren't getting anything, that was still time that we could get, Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good point. And actually, I'm gonna bring that point back up a little bit later when we talk about Phase 6. Opinion to something else, because got a little theory going on there. Now, the one thing that's kind of interesting with She-Hulk, I've heard in the comics that she's pretty notorious for breaking the fourth wall, which she does in the trailer. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind.
Don't mind.
We've seen Deadpool do it, so she's obviously not Deadpool, but it's fine. Whatever. I think it's nice to have new stuff every now and then. So that, she looks at the camera and says like, "Yeah, he's lying" or something like that, and then
Hulk Bruce looks,
and then then he looks at the camera, and it's a funny little thing. I like when they don't take. I like when Marvel doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
They have fun, and I think this show's going to be fun. She's like going out on Tinder dates, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm smoking hot when I'm big and green," or whatever. I think it's going to be a fun little show.
Yeah. I actually am looking forward to it. And that trailer did convince me otherwise, that I'm counting down the days. I'm looking forward to it.
August 17th.
I'm not looking forward to having to do that crazy Thursday night, get an episode out as fast as you possibly can to appease the masses schedule. But you know what? We live and die by it. So cool. Now, going into the next thing they talked about, after showing a little bit of a She-Hulk trailer and all that fun stuff, they did bring out Robin Scherbatsky, Kobe Schmulders herself, who's going to be reprising her role as Maria Hill in the upcoming show I'm so excited for, Secret Invasion. Now, they didn't really bring anyone else out because they're also in the middle of doing reshoots as we speak. I saw Sam Jackson tweeting about that earlier, I think early last week. Now, Secret Invasion, I was hoping it was going to come out this year, but, it's okay. Now, when Kobe Smulders was talking about it, she said it's exciting thriller. People would describe the show as kind of being in the same realm of how the Winter Soldier Captain America movie was very like spy espionage. You don't know who to trust, which made that movie amazing. And that's how I'm feeling about this based off the description, which gets me more pumped. She did add, you're never going to know who people are. Are they a Skrull? Love it. They did show a little bit of a clip and everything at it. And now I haven't been able to watch it. I've heard some audio, and we were talking about a little bit about it. Basically, from what I've heard described, is that they do show a couple little things, and they make it very eerie and very suspenseful by just showing someone turn basically a lot of Skrulls into that same person instantaneously, and just kind of some unnervingness because of it. So I am excited, and I bet they'll probably talk a little bit more about this at D23. Anything you want to add about Secret Invasion, Louis? How do you feel about that?
I think you pretty much hit it on the head there, Devin. I don't really know what's going to happen, but I mean, it's going to lead us probably right into the Secret Wars in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. Whenever the hell that's coming out.
Right. The only thing one thing I am really stoked about too is that we're finally getting Nick Fury back, because I really like him in the MCU. I love when he's around because it just makes it still feel like a tie to Phase 1. And that's what I really like. Now, the thing that we are probably equally excited for is the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, Volume 3. They showed a little bit of a trailer there, only to the panel. I have seen it. It looked very, very emotional. I will not spoil any of that because it looks great. But that movie's going to be coming out in
May.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, May 5th, 2023. Now, they brought out members of the cast. Pretty much, they brought out Adam Warlock's character, Will Poulter. Talked about that. Dude looks gigantic and buff and handsome as hell. Not how he did in Meet the Millers or We Are the Millers.
We're the Millers. You guys are getting paid?
Yeah, right. They brought out Chris Pratt, Mantis. The people that weren't there were, of course, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, as well as Bautista and even Zoe Saldana. But the cast was getting very emotional talking about it. And something that was very funny was just, what's his face?
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn, thank you. He dropped an F-bomb on stage. He was like, guys, we love this because we fucking care. And I could tell like Feige was kind of giggling. But I mean, James Gunn has talked about how emotional this movie is going to be. It's going to have a lot about Rocket. And oh my God, I want to say so much, but I can't. But Louis, this has to be up there. We'll get to the list later, but like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Who do you think might die in this movie?
It's tough because we've already seen Groot die, and he just came back to life as a different Groot or as whatever. Drax would make sense considering Batista is kind of done playing Drax, but does anybody care about Drax enough to where his death is going to really affect you? You love him, but like he's not a main character. I feel like there's still so much to do with Star-Lord and Gamora to where it wouldn't make sense for one of them to die. They're the leaders of the franchise. Same thing with Drax. You could say about Mantis. Like, yeah, if Mantis dies, excuse me, it's sad, but is it, heartbreaking? So that leaves you with Rocket, and that wouldn't make sense to me either. It could happen. It very well could. Maybe Nebula, which would suck because what the hell did Nebula ever do? He's low-key the hero in Endgame. Check out our episode about that. But I don't know. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Rocket.
Ooh, Rocket.
Since you say it's like very Rocket heavy, they want to show his beginning before they inevitably show his end, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah. I'm up there with you. I definitely think Drax 100% is going to die. Especially just because Bautista talked about how intense it is just to even do that makeup, and he's getting older. So it makes sense. And now this is the end of Guardians of the Galaxy titled stuff, but James Gunn himself has said that this is the end of their story, but some of these characters are going to live on and move on and stuff. So it's not like they're just destroying them or getting rid of them and just kind of fading off into the sunset. Who knows? Now, excuse me. Aside from like the emotional footage they showed and everything, there was an exciting moment where I'm gonna butcher his name, but Chukwudi Iwuji, if you remember him from Peacemaker, he was their like leader in their group and everything, and then so he surprised the crowd dressed in full costume and everything as the High Evolutionary. Do you even know who the High Evolutionary is?
Not even almost an idea.
A very bad person who dissects and does some crazy science stuff. He looks very maniac and crazy, and he looks so like purple evil Power Ranger villain. But that's also part of why they're talking about Rocket being pivotal in this movie, because I guess he's apparently actually the one who like did a lot of the stuff to Rocket. So there's that tie there, which is going to be interesting. But I'm excited because he looks damn good, and he looks like he's going to be crazy. And the High Evolutionary is a crazy asshole. So
Mern. I think his name was Mern.
Thank you, Mern.
In Peacemaker.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I did see a picture of him, and I said, "Why is Mern there?" But I didn't know he was in full costume. I didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah, he did yell at the crowd. He says, "I can't wait to dissect all of you and see what I learn." And he just walked off the stage.
See what I burn.
Burn. You'll burn everything. So that was
He was a
Guardians of the
butterfly.
Galaxy 3, right? Now, one thing I need to backtrack, I did forget, skipped over Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania. Did you see the official poster they released? That was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Kang in the corner.
King in the corner. And then we also
Nobody
saw...
puts Kang in the corner.
Dun, dun, dun. But then we also saw...
Yeah, we also saw Ant-Man and the Wasp and Purple Ant-Man, with continuing the trope that I just saw, where if you need them to know that you're a young girl, you just throw some Converse on. And she's wearing Converse. Miss Marvel wears Converse. America Chavez wears Converse. So
oh, shit.
Inevitably, Cassie Lang, I'd say.
It's the multi-Converse.
Gets her own Ant-Man suit.
Yeah, and they actually recast her too, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Again?
Yeah, it's a different actress. I don't understand why.
What are they doing?
I honestly don't know. Yeah. But they brought her out. They did show a little bit of footage and everything. Scott Lang is pleased with himself for saving the universe, says Paul Rudd. Scott has been busy at work-ish with a little book. And then he says, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. They showed some exclusive footage. Kang, of course, shows up in some of it. Now, this isn't really spoiling anything, but I think this is just to hype up this movie. They do see Kang, and he does interact with Ant-Man, and they're having a little bit of an exchange, and Ant-Man says, Kang goes, "You're an Avenger? Have I killed you before?" And it just ends. And that's how they ended that clip. Me, that gives me fucking goosebumps, because Kang, man, he's just going around the universes. He's killing Avengers. He's taking trophies. He does whatever he damn well pleases. We're going to see so many variants of him later on. Like, that is bone chilling. Like, oh, you're an Avenger? I've killed you before, probably, right? Like, what? I love it. But also confirmed.
Let's hear it. You remember that theory I brought up so many months ago? Let's hear it.
Oh, man. Louis, you get the gold star, because Modok is fucking confirmed to appear in Quantumania.
My Mr. Marvel's prediction was right.
Hey.
Although it's only super right if it's actually Darren Cross being Modok.
That's what it's seeming like, honestly. That seems what it might be. So we'll find out. But I was very, very, surprised. But I think if they're going to show Modok in this, when the main villain, of course, is Kang, I imagine they're probably just trying to show Modok and then probably be done with Modok, because he's a very strange guy. I don't really think he would translate too well, but I'm also very curious, because I hope it just looks corny and unnerving.
I disagree. I think Modok's going to be the main villain.
Interesting.
Because Ant-Man versus Kang, Ant-Man and those other, versus Kang, Kang is obviously going to win. You're going to kill Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Cassie Lang? I don't think so. I think Kang's going to do something. He's going to be there, but he's not going to be the main villain. I think Modok's going to be the main villain, the one that they're trying to stop.
Interesting.
And then Kang is just going to, have his appearances here and there. And then, kind of Scott's going to have to oh, Kang's coming. Like when Hulk was laying there. Thanos. Ooh. So I think that's how it's going. I don't think you just throw Modok in there, just be like, here, this guy's on a terrible Hulu show. Okay.
Nice, man. I lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to ask you about Quantumania, kind of like a little prediction. But
I just like the name.
Think it's going to be Modok?
Makes me think of WrestleMania.
Quantumania. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think Loki could potentially show up in this?
I don't think Loki's going in any more movies.
Interesting.
I'm tired of thinking Loki's going to be in a movie, and then he's just not. Like, I thought he was going to be in Multiverse of Madness. Not. Thought he was going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder. Not. Tired of thinking he's going to be in stuff. I think he's done being in movies.
Interesting. So let's move on over here. So after they did like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy 3 thing, they kind of talked a little bit about other stuff. So before we get into the other big stage and moments, let's talk a little bit more about Phase 5 and Fleshed Out here. Now, Echo is going to be coming out in summer 2023. We already kind of discussed. Going to have Charlie Cox showing up, Vincent D'Onofrio. Are you stoked for this? Are you excited?
Absolutely.
Enough said. Loki season 2.
Well, I just wanted to say I thought Maya Lopez was a awesome character. Had some of the best scenes from Hawkeye. You know, she's deaf, of course, so you're gonna have to actually pay attention to the damn show because half of it's gonna be in sign language or whatever. I think she's got a good story to tell, a good origin if that's what they're going for, because she can't hear. Yeah, Matt can't see. How are these two going to communicate with each other? You know what I mean? She's got the leg where she's got an amputee leg. The whole thing with Kingpin being her uncle, it's such a gripping story to me. I think they're going to do a good job, and I think she did a really good job in Hawkeye. So I am really excited for Echo.
Nice, man. I'm going to go on and say a crazy prediction. Final episode, Spider-Man shows up.
Not a chance.
I'm going to put $1 on that bet.
I will match that $1. I will do. Yeah.
Right here, guys. We got a grudge match.
I will go $1 deeper and say Spider-Man isn't going to be in any of the TV shows because he's Spider-Man and he's reserved for movies only. Well, besides freshman year.
Show up in Echo? Well, yeah, that doesn't count. We'll come back to that. Now, Loki season 2, that's going to be coming out in summer 2023, which I'm really excited for Loki, man. I want to see more. I keep seeing like photos of them on set and everything at a McDonald's, and it cracks me up. So I want to see Loki season 2. Do you have anything to talk about Loki season 2? I mean, I don't really know how it's going to go.
Can't believe you just did that. I cannot believe that joke you just made.
Cracking me up.
And Mick cracked you up. Loki season 2. Loki's my favorite Disneyplus show. So season 2, I've been just clamoring for. Yeah, I don't even like the whole thing with Ravonna going into, everyone knows that she's Kang's love interest. We saw He Who Remains. I was going to say Jonathan Majors. That's the actor's name. Nathaniel Richards, doing his thing. So I think if we get even a glimpse of him again, because you didn't think he was going to be in there for Loki, and then he just was, and it was the best, 10 minutes that there's been for this shows. I don't know, in my opinion, anyway. So I'm stoked for Loki season 2. It's going to set up a ton for what's going into Secret Wars or the Kang Dynasty, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Heck yeah, man. So, and then July 28th, man, there's going to be so much stuff coming out next year. It's insane. The Marvels. We just wrapped up Miss Marvel. Go check out our episode that we'll have out where we actually recapped and talked about the end of that show. But basically, we know that Monica Rambeau, Kamala Khan, and Carol Danvers are going to be the leads for this movie and going on some crazy stuff. Yeah, especially after that mutant reveal. I'm kind of curious to see what else they say. I wonder if they try and say that Monica Rambeau is potentially a mutant too.
Kind of afraid that mutant line is going to get thrown by the wayside by the bigger story at hand.
Yeah, and this kind of goes into my thing about the mutants. I'll touch base on in Phase 6, but I unfortunately think it's going to be way longer than we hope it'll be. I hope I get proven wrong until we see mutants actually in the MCU. And it really comes down to a legal thing.
Phase 7, baby.
Yeah, honestly. That's
what it's looking like. The mutant phase.
Yeah.
Gives me plenty of time to get jacked to play Wolverine.
There you go, man. Well, because, Disney now owns Fox Studios and everything, and that's what really brought in all those Fox properties like X-Men, Deadpool, and all that. Now, from what I saw recently, there was a report about just because of like the legal contradictions and stuff. Basically, Disney cannot recast some of the already existing characters, which are the pivotal, most important people in the MCU until a certain date. And there are some loopholes, like Patrick Stewart was able to reprise his role as Dr. X and everything, or Professor X, excuse me, and Multiverse of Madness, because it's not recasting. So legacy characters like that. Now, probably not what they want to do. So unfortunately, we might not be able to actually have any mutants in the MCU until the actual Phase 7 time, just because of these years and changes, which kind of stinks because mutants are pretty important though in Secret Invasion, or excuse me, not Secret Invasion, Secret Wars. That's why I'm a little nervous, but I think they might show some stuff, or at least shed some light at D23 in September. I have some hope. But I mean, if they were to say mutant now with Kamala Khan in 2022, and we have to wait until Phase 7 until we actually get mutants, that's I don't know, that seems weird. So that's why I feel like maybe there's hope they might come sooner. Phase 6, a little bit more reasonable, because that's 2 years time versus having to wait almost like 4 to 5. So where we left off, going into November 2023, Blade. How you feeling about Blade?
I'm super excited for Blade.
Yeah.
I made a prediction. I believe I was wrong. Where Blade was going to fight Morbius. That was when I thought Morbius was going to be an okay movie. It was not. It was not. And also that was before Spider-Man, when like it seemed like the Sony universe was blending in with the MCU.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we're going to get Morbius versus Blade? It's going to be sick? No, that's not happening. Not a chance. Blade, I love Mahershala Ali. He was in Luke Cage. He played Diamondback. No, Cottonmouth. He played Cottonmouth. Cornell Cottonmouth Stokes. He was awesome in that movie. Anything that I've seen him in, he's got that swagger to him. He's just cool. He's terrifying. I think he's going to do a really good job. I think he's one of my favorites. So I think he's going to be awesome as Blade. And I also keep seeing rumors that Anthony Starr is going to be Dracula. And if that's the truth, and if he's even a fraction of what Homelander is on The Boys, sign me all the way up.
Yeah, dude, that got me excited. I hope these rumors are true, that they're approaching for him. Even if it's fan casting and fans are willing for it, give it, because that would be good. Oh, man, that'd be so cool. That'd be good. He would definitely be a good villain. So I don't really have much to say about Blade. I need to see the originals to actually know more about that character itself.
Anthony Starr as Homelander is already the best villain in any superhero thing that there is, man.
Wow.
Besides, I mean, Thanos, but like even then, I think Homelander is he's just so terrifying, and yeah. But this isn't a The Boys podcast. Tune in to our Patreon for that.
Right. So we're almost here at the end of Phase 5. Now, at fall 2023, we get the streaming series Ironheart, Riri Williams, who is actually shown in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer. Now, I'm a little excited for this because there was a couple of weeks ago, I saw that apparently they were doing some principal photography, which means sometimes it's just like scoping out places and sets and locations for Ironheart in our hometown of Chicago, Illinois. I would be fucking stoked to shoot a Marvel show. Excuse me. Actually in our neck of the woods. I'd be so stoked. I would try my hardest to find when they're filming and be a bystander on the sidewalk to watch it. I want to see it.
Be an extra in the background.
Right? It'd be cool. It'd be so cool. So that'll be coming out in the fall of next year. Now, Ironheart is basically described as being like one of the most, smartest genius characters in the comics and everything, because she basically built her own, I think vibranium based, excuse me, Iron Man suit. So that's definitely what we're going to see a little bit in the Wakanda Forever side of things, and we'll get to that part of the discussion. How are you feeling about Ironheart? Are you excited?
Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm not crazy about Iron Man. So to bring another Iron Man in is one. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not here nor there.
Your Young Avengers version of Iron Man.
Basically, just trying to replace Iron Man. That's what it seems like.
Mm-hmm. So let's take a look at the next show up here. Now, Agatha, Coven of Chaos. It originally was House of Harkness. So interesting they changed it. But yeah, that's going to be coming in streaming of winter 2023/24. So usually means December into January time. I love WandaVision. Fucking love it. Agatha, Catherine Hahn, love it. Agatha all along, love it.
It's been Agatha all along.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for the show. No idea what it's going to be. Don't really care. I'm going to watch it. I hope it just brings in more of that dark magic stuff. But the real question is, could this mean we see in this series the return of the Scarlet Witch? Do we see Wanda Maximoff come back?
Again? After she comes back in I Am Groot?
Yeah.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say she might make a little appearance,
Yeah. There's no way she's done. No way. And that gives it enough time to let the character feel gone for a while. And then, aha! It was Wanda all along. You have anything to add on to that show before we kind of wrap up this phase?
Oh, nothing crazy. I'm excited for it. I like Agatha, Agnes, Harkness, whatever her name was.
Nice. One thing you and I are probably most excited for, I promise we're going to talk about our list in a second. Spring 2024, it's official. Daredevil, Born Again, 18 fucking episodes streaming on Disneyplus. I am stoked. Charlie Cox is back. D'Onofrio's back. It's going to be street level. It's going to be insane. How excited are you for this show?
On a scale from 1 to 10, like a 2, maybe.
Really?
Absolutely not. Come on.
I was like, what?
Like a 10. Of course I'm excited for this show.
Nice. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, the fact that it's 18 episodes shows that they're trying to tell, just expand on that story. I don't expect the show to have episodes that are hour long each time, like they are on Netflix. So maybe that's why this 18 episodes might be closer to 30 to 40 minutes each time. But either way, that's a lot to invest. So I think that could probably be when we start to get more of the trickling in of the other Marvel show from Netflix characters. We see Luke Cage. We see Jessica show up. We get probably not Iron Fist, but it'll be kind of cool to see them come back.
We can only hope we don't get Iron Fist. We have Shang-Chi. He's fine. Shang-Chi is good.
Could we see the return of John Bernthal as the Punisher? Do we get the Punisher in the MCU?
Only hopefully. Yeah, I would only hope so.
Mm-hmm.
There was talks of an Iron Wars show for a long time, and they didn't say anything about that. But I guess the rumor was he was Armor Wars. What did I say? Iron Wars. Close enough.
Yeah, I was seeing about that, and I guess that there's speculation that that's a Phase 6 property, that he got pushed back to that. And that's one of the things they're going to reveal at D23.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see John Bernthal come back as the Punisher. I would love to see Mike Coulter come back as Luke Cage. Kristen Ritter come back as Jessica Jones. I want them all. I invested my time into the Netflix shows, now Disneyplus shows, but for Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all that. I watched all of it, and if Colleen wants to come back as the Iron Fist and not Danny Rand, I would be on board for that. Misty Knight, give me all, give it all back to me. The one character I know isn't coming back would be Claire, who is played by the lovely Rosario Dawson, who is too busy being Ahsoka over in your neck of the woods there, Devin.
Darewares. Yeah. I don't know, man. She usually finds a way to be in other things too. I mean, she was in Clerks 3, Kevin Smith movie that's coming out soon. So I wouldn't put it past it, but it would be cool to see her just in general coming back to the MCU, because Rosario Dawson in general is just a fantastic actress. So the last two things we have here, running out on May 3rd of 2024, we have Captain America 4, New World Order. Now, Louis, do you recognize the name? New World Order?
Bow, 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 bow. It's a wrestling faction from the 90s. That's the first thing I always think of. The NWO. Hulk Hogan. Bow, 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 bow.
Brother.
Yeah. Other than that, not really. Why?
It was the title of the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I would have.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that in 100 years.
I just knew it was familiar, but then I saw that and I was like, oh shit, that's actually the first episode title. Now, I don't really think there's much about that. If they bring it to be more like spy espionage, like Winter Soldier, return to sender, baby. I'm excited. Keep it going. I don't really know what to look forward to, but I mean, just in general, dude, even when you look at the actual logo that they made for it, it has the stealth suit kind of colors, because Captain America has that dark blue. The text is white with New World Order, and it has two white stripes on the side of it that kind of looks like the stealth suit with the stripes by the stars. That's what gives me the spy and espionage kind of vibe. I would love it.
Yeah, we can only hope that it's not the stealth suit.
The real question is, in this movie, out of all the things, do they fix his ears on his suit?
No.
Damn. Well, to close off this phase, we have a movie. I thought it'd be a show, but it's going to be a fucking movie, which is exciting. July 28th, 2024, Thunderbolts. Let's go.
Sign
Closing
me up.
off the phase. How you feeling about Thunderbolts?
I feel like that's the correct way to end a phase, with a big team up movie.
Fair point.
I don't think it's the team up movie that we need to close a phase, but I don't think I don't remember if we said during the podcast or before, but they're ending phase 4 with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is not a big team up movie. You're ending on just one person, or not one person, but one story's thing.
Yeah.
Where phase 1 ended with the Avengers. Phase 2 ended with AntMan, but with the Avengers. Phase 3 ended with the Avengers. Well, SpiderMan, but the Avengers, so for phase 4 to end with Wakanda, and you get Riri Williams, you get whoever the new Black Panther is, speculate all as you may. Those people, yeah, but now phase 5, you're getting the Thunderbolts, which are the Dark Avengers, or the Suicide Squad of the MCU, if I could be so bold. So I think that's a good way to end a phase, man. I think that's going to introduce a character or a villain that's worth all these bad guys teaming up.
So who we already know that's probably going to be in it based off of context and everything that we know. Very limited.
Zemo. John Walker.
Yes.
Abomination.
Maybe Ghost.
Okay,
Possible?
maybe Ghost. Taskmaster.
Okay, 6.
I don't know who else. I just hope the bad guy's not Cara Delevingne going like this.
Oh my god, it's Morbid time. Thunder Morbs.
Yes.
Morby bolts. Morbid bolts. Oh god. Yeah, I'm excited. I wonder how yeah, I don't know. My guess is someone gonna die right away in the movie. Like they just kill off a character. Like imagine they just kill off Ghost. Not really like she's a pivotal character or anything.
Kind of like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
they're all walking together.
Off.
Ghost gets picked off. Taskmaster gets picked off.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you got John Walker being Peacemaker and shit. Sign me up.
I feel like there's someone else that we're forgetting that could potentially show up. But I mean, that's already a pretty big team.
I was gonna say Vulture, but he's over there fucking with Morbid time, dude.
Oh man, that'd be funny. Oh god, now I want to see that. So yeah, that's Thunderbolts, and that is the end of Phase 5. Now, I promise we are going to talk about Black Panther as one of the very final things because that's what they ended the panel on. So after Phase 5, we're going to go into Phase 6. So what we have left, we're going to talk about what's the biggest stuff in Phase 6, and then we're going to talk about our ranking of Phase 5. Louis, I want to toss it to you. What do you want to do first? Do you want to talk about our ranking for Phase 5, or do you want to talk about Phase 6 and come back to it?
Let's do Phase 6 since it's only 3 titles, and then we'll do the ranking for Phase 5. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, Betty. All righty. So Phase 6, kicking it off at the very beginning, November 8th of 2024, is going to be Fantastic Four. Now, I've been going on record saying I thought Fantastic Four is going to be what ended Phase 4. That was my biggest shock, but I'm actually feeling like this makes more sense. So this is taking place after Thunderbolts, and it's starting Phase 6. So we got to wait 2 more years until we get to Fantastic Four. So it's probably going to be a while until we actually get casting, unfortunately. But that's okay.
Maybe.
We could get something. I haven't seen rumors about who they might cast for Reed Richards, which it kind of makes sense. Have you heard about who the rumor is?
The Penn Badgley?
Is that the guy from the show
from
You?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I've only seen him in You, and he's like a good-looking guy, but he's so weird in that show. He's so creepy.
Yeah.
So, but he's supposed to be. So
Right.
I don't know. I think
he definitely has the look.
I think he'd be a good job, man.
Yeah, definitely has the look. So if he's going to be him, I'm just going to go on a limb and say he's probably in his like mid-30s. He looks like a fairly young guy, which means probably younger cast. Now older, because John Krasinski is much older than this guy. Not much, but you get what I mean. So the casting around that would probably be fairly similar age. We have also heard that apparently Jason Segel is in talks to be the Thing, which give me Marshmallow. Never thought about it. He would honestly be the last possible person I could ever think of as a guess of who could be the Thing, but when he's going to be like CGI anyways, Ben Grimm. I don't really care, but honestly, I'm kind of down for it.
Anyone seen a big ass book?
And I heard fans I bet your mother, so I think we're a little biased, but Louis, would you be up for Jason Segel?
Sure. I don't know. I love the Thing. He's supposed to be tough, but kind of silly, but not silly, but almost like a gullible thing with I'm forgetting his first name. We're just going to call him Human Torch, Johnny. So like Johnny messes with him and he's like all angry and serious and he's just like, Johnny, I hate you, you know? So I think Jason Segel could do a good job with that. Although I think he's a little too goofy to be like so serious. I don't know. I'll never remember the guy's name, but the guy who played him in the first iteration of the Fantastic Fours, I think that was like a perfect casting.
It was really good. Yeah. Honestly, the casting of the first Fantastic Four wasn't bad.
Jessica Alba as a white lady. I mean, Jessica, like, if you're gonna make Jessica Alba be the Invisible Woman or whatever, just make it Jessica Alba. Don't give her blonde hair and blue eyes. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough. Touche. Just sticking with it, How I Met Your Mother. I totally see Ted Mosby being Reed Richards. I totally see Barney Stinson being Johnny Storm. Marshall totally makes sense as a thing. Don't count Robin.
Bunch of old asses.
Yeah. I guess Lily would have to be Sue Storm.
Yeah. And Ranjit would be Dr. Doom. Carl the bartender can be Silver Surfer.
Oh my God. Who would be Galactus?
Clint. And I love is frozen, and I love is fire, and I love is sacred and true.
Oh my God.
Ted's stepdad.
And the dragon.
And you, Virginia.
Oh that is funny. That is funny. Oh man, now I want to watch that crossover. Yeah, so that's Fantastic Four. I don't know how I got to that part. So the biggest things that were really the biggest reveal of Phase 6 is the fact that we're finally getting Avengers titled films again.
Heck yes.
Probably wouldn't do them. Yeah. So we got the first one, the Kang Dynasty, coming out in May 5th, 2025. And then not too long afterwards, this is crazy. People aren't talking about this enough. There's only a few months between, really. Avengers Secret Wars.
I thought it was like
I think 8 or 9
months, no?
Well, May to November. June, July, August, September, October, November. That's 6 months apart. Think about it. Infinity War and Endgame were what? Nearly a year apart? Yeah,
it was a year.
Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars? 6 months apart. And that still includes 2 titles to come out in summer of 2023. Or excuse me. Yeah, 2025. That's going to be an insane year. Insane.
It's going to be awesome.
That might be the biggest year in Marvel ever. It's going to be wild. I think we might get some legacy characters coming back, man. I think we might see RDJ. We might get Chris Evans.
Hey, we're going to save that for another time, man. We got a while before you talk about Chris Evans coming back in Secret Wars. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, and there was a thing that was going on during, I think it was Thursday night or maybe Friday night. All these trademark leaks that people found about Marvel filing all these trademarks, and people were saying, no, it's not. Your trademark. Some guy got an argument with me on Instagram, and then people called him out. I'm sorry, man. But he was saying, no, trademarks take time. They can't just do this now and all of a sudden expected to release and blah, blah, blah. These are just comics. Literally word for word. Captain America, New World Order, Avengers, Kang Dynasty, Avengers, Secret Wars, eat a dick. So the Kang Dynasty, man, it's wild. All this too, I forgot to mention, this is what they are calling the Multiverse Saga. We were in the Infinity Saga before, so we are all part of 4 through 6 are the Multiverse Saga. And it makes sense. The Kang Dynasty. So I wonder if Kang is really going to be part of what causes Secret Wars at all, because of all these incursions and everything. How you feel about that? Do you have any thoughts on these Avengers movies?
First and foremost, sign me all the way up.
Hell yeah.
I think it's good that they're doing Fantastic Four before the Kang Dynasty, because Kang at his roots is a Fantastic Four villain.
Right.
And I think if they do it right, they can bring in Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four movie or in his own movie, which is apparently a rumor. And then either they can team up or something can go on with Kang and Doctor Doom to cause the Secret Wars, which would be so good, which would just be the best thing that could happen.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong. I'm super excited for Phase 5, but like Phase 6 is like, they only have 3 titles right now, but it's like three of the biggest titles they could do. Like, it's Fantastic Four, which, you know, has a bad reputation right now because the last movie was hot trash and the first two were not great. But it's the MCU doing it, and it's Marvel's first family. It's one of the most popular, what's the word I'm looking for here? One of the most popular entities that Marvel has. And I feel like that movie's going to just rake it in. And then they're bringing the Avengers name back twice in a year. They're going to, they're just raking in money. Here's all of my money. If I could buy tickets right now, I would.
Gonna say I'm better myself, man. It's gonna be such a wild year, man. If I had to predict that what hasn't been announced, like I said, Armor Wars is definitely gonna be in Phase 6. I would say if we don't unfortunately have to wait till Phase 7 for mutants, we're gonna get something mutant related in this phase. Or anything else that might have been outstanding that they haven't
Moon Knight
really
2.
talked about?
It's
Honestly,
Morbid time.
Now, okay, that's actually something to bring up. We know there's reports on a Wonder Man Disneyplus show in the works. There's also apparently a Nova Disneyplus show in the works. We know from those trademarks, we saw a Shang-Chi 2, which was called Wreckage of Time, which honestly, name alone, sign me the fuck up. That sounds badass. Wreckage of Time, love it.
Sounds like a Ratchet and Clank video game.
Kind of does, yeah. Kind of does. Which maybe that's why I like it so much.
Ratchet and Clank, Wreckage of Time.
So I would say Shang-Chi 2 is in Phase 6. Could Deadpool 3 be part of Phase 6?
That's how you get the mutants, I guess.
Oh. Maybe. Aside from that, we also know there's season 2s of shows coming out, like What of Season 3? X-Men 97 Season 2. Spider-Man Sophomore Year. Some other rumored stuff. Untitled 4th Spider-Man movie. I could totally see we get a Spider-Man movie in Phase 6. Could we get the symbiote before Secret Wars? Or do we get the symbiote in Secret Wars just like in the comics, attaching on a Spidey, and we get the symbiote suit?
Seems to be where they're headed, man. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. Kick off Phase 7 with
the best possible way to do Venom and No Way Home happened. And we're not going to talk about it too much. But yeah, symbiotes are a thing in the MCU for now.
Right. Some other things that are also from that trademark, I'm just going off the top of my head. Not Eternals 2, but Celestials End of Time. That's apparently something. And that definitely is a movie. Gotta be. No way that's a show. So that could be Phase 6. Midnight Suns also got trademarked, which that's a game coming out soon. But now if they're going to do a movie, that could be in Phase 6. Who knows? There's a lot of other stuff. Maybe we'll come back to that later on. Either way, Phase 6 going to be nuts. It kind of sucks. We got to wait so many years to even get there. And take it with a grain of salt. These things can always change. We've seen in the past with like Infinity War Part 1, Part 2, Captain America, Serpent Society, shit like that. So Louis, let's before we kind of finish up, we're close to ending up here. Let's talk about our ranking, and then we're going to end on everything that was revealed and talked about in Wakanda Forever, because they showed a really emotional trailer. That's probably one of the best, honestly. So Louis, we ranked our excitement from top to bottom for Phase 5. So let's kick it off. How about we start at the very bottom, and we're going to go maybe 3 at a time.
3 at a time makes perfect sense. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. So with my Phase 5 list, no surprise, Season 2 of What If is at number 13 for me. And then at 12, I have Thunderbolts. And then 11 is Blade. What do you got?
Okay, so I forgot to do What If, but I will put that now. What If is definitely the bottom. Mm-hmm. And then I have Ironheart. And then I have The Marvels.
Okay. Wow. Surprised the Marvels is so low for you.
I mean, WandaVision wasn't my favorite with, Monica Rambeau. Captain Marvel was okay, until I can see something like giving her issues. It's like you're just watching her go out there and murking everybody.
Right.
And, Miss Marvel wasn't my favorite show. So it's just not, it's like this other stuff. I have more things going for them than the Marvels, I'd say. For me, anyways.
Fair enough. Cool. Then I have, going off that, at number 10, I have Ironheart. Number 9, I have Echo. And then number 8, I have the Marvels.
Okay. I have, I'm sorry, I have to do this. Secret Invasion. Agatha, Coven of Chaos. And then Thunderbolts.
Okay, I can respect that.
Secret Invasion, I don't know what's going on just yet. So once like some trailers come or some news, rumors, whatever happens, maybe it'll go up. But
yeah,
for right now, it's just something I'm going to watch. And maybe it blows me off my feet. Like I wasn't super stoked for Loki. And then I loved not every second of it, but I loved it so much. So you never know.
I think Secret Invasion is going to be a sleeper show. I don't think people are really, just like I said, know what to expect until they dive into it. And they're going to be like, oh shit, it's going to be good. So what I have up at number 7 is Captain America, New World Order. Number 6, I have Agatha, Coven of Chaos. And then number 5 is Loki Season 2.
You have Agatha higher than Captain America?
I do. I really do. Honestly,
I mean,
it's because WandaVision, man. WandaVision is one of my favorite MCU properties that, like, Agatha, I'm excited. I want to see what they do.
My last one was Thunderbolts, which probably should be higher, but it's not. Then I have Echo, Blade, and then I had a really hard time with the next 3, but I'll put Loki Season 2 at the bottom.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So at that point, that brings us to the top 4, correct?
Yes.
Remaining. All right. So I'll still 4 to 1. So at number 4, I have Daredevil, Born Again. Then number 3 for me is AntMan Quantumania. Number 2, Secret Invasion. Number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I am ready to just be emotionally destroyed by Guardians 3. Bring it on.
So you had Guardians and then
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. 2. Okay.
Yep.
So 3 out of 4 for us are the same top spots, Gotcha. My number 4 is Captain America.
Okay.
My number 3 is Ant-Man Quantumania.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Ant-Man, Captain America, and Loki Season 2 are all, any given day. Yeah. Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Wow.
Number 1, Daredevil Born Again. Give me the Daredevil.
Hey. Damn, taking off the number 1 spot. Nice. Yeah, man. That's one thing I forgot to talk about. We're going to get a lot of good pops for the next few years.
You know how hard it is to get Daredevil pops, man?
We're going to get some good ones. You're going to get a Daredevil from She-Hulk. You're going to get a Daredevil from Echo. You're going to get a Daredevil from Daredevil. You're going to get a Daredevil from I Am Groot, Season 12. Get it all. All right, man. Sick. So the last thing to talk about before we end off here is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But before we get to that, that was our top list. That was our top 13. Tell us what you guys thought. What do you got? What are you looking forward to? What's number 1? What's at the very bottom? Let us know at Earth894 Podcast. DM us on any of the socials, email us, go to our website, check out the show notes. So the reason why I wanted to save Wakanda Forever at the very end of our episode of this review is just because it was an emotional end off for the actual panel itself. We actually all watched the trailer. We've seen it, so we can talk more freely about it. I think before we hopped on, it's already over 200 million views. It's just blown up. It is by far one of the best edited trailers in MCU history. It is fantastic. And personally, it's made me more excited for this film when I really wasn't that too just keen on seeing it, just because it's gonna be a tough movie. Now, they showed a trailer. They talked a little bit more. They brought the cast out. They had a very spectacular kind of like stage entrance with music and doing a dance and everything. So it really helps set the tone and everything for Wakanda Forever. Now, Louis, you saw the trailer. How do you feel about it?
From what I could remember, it looks... I keep saying it. I love when Marvel doesn't take itself too seriously. And this movie looks like it takes itself very seriously.
Yeah.
So I think T'Challa's mom talks a little too much in the trailer.
Really?
Like, she's not a super main character, but like during everyone keeps dying, she has to speak up, and she's the queen or whatever. So that makes sense. I didn't really understand who the blue people were, but I think those are just the Atlanteans.
Yeah, they're the Atlanteans.
But then Namor is just not blue.
So you know about Namor?
Very little. I know he's
the first ever mutant.
Okay. I know he's like the Aquaman of the or of Marvel.
Yeah. And he came out before Aquaman too. So
yeah, I knew that
by a couple of years. Yeah.
And he's got wings on his feet.
Yeah, so that's why I guess where the mutant stuff comes from.
For reasons.
Yeah.
There's like the Tony Stark billboard, but it was or the Tony Stark mural, but it was T'Challa, which was nice. One thing that I thought was cool was they wear white to the funeral. I assume it's T'Challa's funeral.
Yeah.
If it's not, you might see me walk out of a movie if they just pretend like he's
100% has to be.
If they just pretend like T'Challa's not dead and they just recast him, you might see me get up and leave mid movie.
A lot of people already translated the Wakandan text you see on the mural and everywhere else, and it's all about your rise, a lot of RIP kind of messaging. So it's 100% acknowledged something happened to him. I'm just curious on how they explain it.
I thought it was really nice that they were all white to the funeral. Where funerals are all black in the world that we live in, and it's sad, but they're celebrating him moving on. He's in the what do they call that in Black Panther? That.
They have a name for it, but yeah, that's what it is.
So I don't know. I'm still iffy about it. I don't know where Riri Williams fits into it, other than the fact that she's African American. But I didn't know that her suit was vibranium based until you'd said that earlier in the show.
At least I don't know about the comics, but in this it makes sense because she's in Wakanda.
Yeah, that would make sense. I thought I heard Anthony Mackie say that he was going to be in Wakanda Forever.
Interesting.
So that makes me excited for some Captain America something in it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the guy that plays Namor looks pretty badass. Walking out of the water and all that good stuff. But they're bringing back everybody. I love M'Baku. Anyone who knows me knows I love M'Baku. Marvel's first Nakia is back. She's got long hair now. Okoye doing her thing. Shuri is terrible. Yeah. We're gonna see it. We're getting our regular seats, I assume. We're gonna sit there and watch it in Dolby. It's gonna be awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
But I'm not super jazzed about it. Like when we went and saw Thor, I was jazzed, Yeah. So this one I'm still super excited. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not itching to go watch it. And I'm still going to walk out of there going, that movie was phenomenal. 10 stars.
Mhm.
I do that for every movie. So, yeah. How about you, Devin? What did you think of the trailer?
Yeah, man, like I said, like I was blown away. I really was. And I watched it on my phone without any sound or music, just only subtitles the first time because I was still out doing music video stuff. So I love, as a musician and just appreciation of all music, the way they edited in the music with the Bob Marley into the Kendrick Lamar at a certain point. It's masterfully done. It's incredible. There could be a potential hint on it too. I got to remember the lyric, but I'll get back to that in a second. Now, you mentioned like you like it when Marvel doesn't take itself too seriously all the time. I think that one thing that might be a little bit reassuring, Ryan Coogler, director and everything, he did talk about on stage, like, I promise you that like this movie, it's emotional, it's got humor, it's got a lot. It's still gonna have its flavor, its Marvel flavor, but of course it's gonna deal with a very heavy subject and how to move on from it. With unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman. From what I've seen in that trailer, there's a lot of little hidden imageries that made my curiosity spike. And that's why I'm actually really excited and looking forward to this fall and seeing it. Namor looks good. He looks like he's going to be a total asshole. I'm looking forward to it because he's definitely going to be flooding Wakanda like they did in like a 2012 Avengers comic run, where he just floods all of Wakanda, and that's going to cause some problems. We see in the trailer, there's like, it looks like some type of military group that's going and just attacking like a Wakandan type of like research ship or something, and then they fight back. I think this movie really could be almost like a battle of resources, because we saw, I think it was in end of Civil War, no, end of Black Panther. T'Challa's talking to like the UN, saying like, actually, this is the truth about our nation, and trying to open up their borders to help more people. I think it's a lot of people are now trying to be greedy and actually take a lot more vibranium resources, and part of that actually could be draining from Namor's Atlanteans and everything. So it could be a battle about like, hey, you know what? Stop. This harms our people too, and maybe a dispute, and he gets so pissed and just drowns a whole like nation, which would be insane. There's also a couple of things too where I really think at the end of this movie, I think we're going to get a Doctor Doom cameo. I think he's part of the people who are actually trying to take like the vibranium or do something nefarious with a group trying to like go underwater, mess with the Atlanteans, whatever. I think they're going to set him up before the Fantastic Four, and we're going to see him at the end of this in the post credits. That's going to be my prediction. The other thing, very interesting, we get to see at the very end, claws drawn, a new suit of Black Panther being worn. And if you look in the background, it definitely looks like they're fighting Namor. Question to you, Louis. Who is in the suit? Who do you think?
Oh, there's so many people. Quick pause. Somebody was pregnant during the trailer. Was that Nakia?
I think it is supposed to, but look like I need to rewatch it, because when I watched it again, you see the pregnant person and then you see a water birth, and that's the birth of Namor.
No.
You see him being born. But I don't know if that first shot is actually Nakia.
Because you remember my prediction was that he had impregnated Nakia before he got dusted.
Right.
So granted, the kid would only be like 7. But
right. Yeah.
Who's in the Black Panther suit? The two obvious names that keep getting brought up are Shuri and some version of Eric Killmonger. And I think both of those options are complete dong. I think those are both terrible options.
Yeah.
Do I have a better option for you? No. My best option would be T'Challa's son that he has with Nakia, but the timeline doesn't add up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's in the suit. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you. Maybe it's, if we're like, I would rather it be Killmonger than Shuri, but that's just personal bias.
Yeah, I gotta be like direct and say that just following everything that happened with the set and being delayed in this movie due to Letitia Wright with her anti-vax views and everything and causing it to be more delayed and everything. I'm not too fond of her as an actress, and I'm having a difficult time kind of bleeding that from the character, separating that, I mean. But I 100% believe that shot of Black Panther, the suit, is Shuri. Because it looks like a type of feminine type of physique. It doesn't look like it's, Killmonger, for example. Even though there's that gold, I don't think it's her. I mean, I don't think it's him. If you look at the wrist and the forearm, it looks just like her little hand cannons she had. Those little blasters, same type of design. So I think that's your biggest hint. Also, if you watch the trailer, when you watch the trailer, blink and you miss it. When we see Riri Williams at the minute 12 mark, Shuri is going up and doing like a hand grab thing to Riri, just like T'Challa did to Shuri in Black Panther. Same like over the shoulder shot grabbing, and she looks just like him. So I 100% believe she's going to be Black Panther, but not permanently. I think she either dies in this movie or for some reason it gets handed off, and Black Panther will be M'Baku. I think he's going to be the one at the end of the movie being the Black Panther.
That's bold.
That's my take, man. And going back to the pregnant thing, I was looking through. I'm pretty sure the only pregnant person is actually Namor's birth mother. But that's not to say that potentially, Nakia actually is pregnant with potentially a son or a daughter. Who knows? I think it'd be good if they did that. Because that could be something towards the end of the movie is maybe you see the birth of the baby, and that's the future king one day. I think it'd be kind of beautiful. There was what I wanted to talk about. Another thing. So the Queen, she does talk about how like I've lost my family, like my entire family, meaning like her husband's gone, her son is gone. But what about Shuri? Because we see her. Does that mean Shuri's dead if she's saying that? That's why I think it's possible that Shuri actually dies in this. Or that scene takes place during the blip. And this could be before people get back from being dusted. And Shuri got dusted, as far as I know. So that could be part of it. Yeah. So that could be why she says that. And maybe that's a battle and argument with the UN or whoever. And maybe that all takes place before people come back. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have a little bit of a pre-second/third snap in this movie. Just to kind of set the tone of where Wakanda is and all that.
Question for you before we head off. Does Namor stay a baddie?
I don't think so. I think whatever happens, he's going to be teetering that line, maybe at least for a while, is what is it? Kind of like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Do you think Namor dies in this?
Totally bad. No way he dies. No way. That's the thing too, is like, I mean, they're really painting him as being the villain, but it's like what you've talked about. Is he truly like a villain, or is he just an antagonist? Is it just a bad fight, or is it like, does someone have to die? I think bringing Namor finally into the MCU, one of the oldest running Marvel characters in general, and then killing them off in one movie, I think that'd be, and I put money on that not being likely. That'd be really bold. I don't know. That's why I kind of feel like there might be an actual villain in this.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, man. We did it. Almost 2 hours later, we talked about this whole jam-packed San Diego 2022 Comic-Con panel, all the announcements and everything. It was wild. So definitely let us know. Email us, message us, post in our Discord channel. Let us know what you were most excited for, maybe least excited for, and how you're feeling about all these announcements, because there's so much to get through. So, Louis, we had some trivia. You want to talk about and give some shout outs real quick?
Sure. Let me pull it up.
While Louis pulling that up, to keep it in theme with Wakanda Forever, decided to do trivia for July 26th to actually be focused on Black Panther. So, question itself asks, in Black Panther, what is the name of the Wakandan beads that can make calls and even heal people? The options to choose for were called vibranium beads, Kamoyo beads, kinetic beads, or Damisa Sarki beads. Correct answer was Kamoyo beads.
Yes, I did find it. I was one of the idiots that said kinetic beads. Not that you're an idiot if you said kinetic beads, but
no,
I did. I should know
almost
better.
got half the people on that one.
We did have a lot of correct answers with Kamoyo beads, so let's do some shout outs here. What do you say?
Right away, we got at the very top, Mr. Marvel's Minutes.
T-Simps _15.
Photography is Life 1998.
Jabs.
Team Unicorn Podcast.
Kellum 112.
Jonah Jorgensen.
NYC A9.
Puffy Tortilla.
GC Malashevsky.
Ocampo Custom.
And Ashley's Spooky Castle.
There we go, guys. Thanks so much. Alrighty. So that's been it, Louis. We did it. One thing I want to make sure we tell you on our way out here on the podcast, before we go and take a nap and wake up in November and we get to watch Wakanda Forever. We had a new shirt drop over the weekend. We updated and added a new design to our shop, to the God of Hammers design, where we added, thanks to the incredible art and illustration work of Emily, we now have Thor's back tattoos on the back of the shirt called Inked -God of Hammers. So it's available in 3 different colors, white, blue, and I believe like a kind of darker forest green. It looks really cool. I'm definitely going to pick one up soon. So go check that shirt out. The link will be in the show notes. You can access it on our website, earth894podcast.com/store. Go pick up yourself something nice and let us know if you ever have ideas of what you want to see merch on. Let us know. We'll drop it. Louis, anything to say before we adjourn for this fine evening?
As always, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Discord, Slack. Get us on all your favorite social media outlets. Go to our website. Yes. What was I saying? You messed me up. Oh, our website, www.earth894podcast.com. Check us out there. Go to the store, like Devin said. We have cool shirts. I'm going to buy one eventually. Yeah. Other than that, just leave us a review. 5 stars is what we love. If not, please let us know why. Let us know what we can do to make it better. And that's all I got for you today.
All right, everyone. Look forward to next episode. We'll see you soon. And we'll figure out what we're talking about next. So check it out.
Bye.
MCU Universe.